Imagine this. You walk into your kitchen after a long day, your stomach rumbling, and you're craving something warm, savory, and satisfying, but you don't want to spend hours cooking. What if I told you that in just 5 minutes of a prep, you could whip up a dish so delicious, so comforting, it feels like magic? That's the wonder of the ham and broccoli puff. With just a handful of ingredients and a few simple steps, you can turn ordinary leftovers into an extraordinary meal. Let's unlock the secret together. First, picture the ingredients you'll need. You don't have to be a chef, and you don't need any fancy gadgets. All it takes is a cup of chopped cooked ham, a cup of steamed broccoli florets, 2 large eggs, half a cup of grated cheese. Cheddar works beautifully, but Swiss or mozzarella are equally divine. A quarter cup of milk, a quarter cup of all-purpose flour, a pinch of salt and pepper, and a dash of baking powder. These are pantry staples, the kind of things you might already have waiting in your fridge and cupboards, just longing to be transformed. The magic of this recipe lies in its flexibility. Got leftover roasted chicken instead of ham? Use that. No broccoli, spinach, bell peppers, or even some sautéed mushrooms will work. This is a canvas for your creativity, a recipe that adapts to what's in your kitchen. Now, let's get started. Begin by preheating your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're in a rush, you can even use a toaster oven or an air fryer with a baking insert. While the oven heats, grab a medium mixing bowl. Crack in the 2 eggs, whisking until they're light and frothy. The eggs are the backbone of your puff, providing lift and structure. Next, pour in that quarter cup of milk. Whole milk gives a richer taste, but any kind will do. Add the flour, baking powder, salt, and pepper. Whisk everything together until you have a smooth, pale yellow batter. This is the base, the magical mixture that will puff up in the oven, light and airy, almost like a soufflé, but so much simpler. Now, fold in the chopped ham and the broccoli florets. Make sure the broccoli is cooked, but still vibrant green. It should have a little bite, not be mushy. The ham brings a savory depth, a touch of saltiness, while the broccoli adds freshness and color. Stir in the grated cheese, saving a little to sprinkle on top for that irresistible golden crust. Take a small baking dish or several ramekins and lightly grease them to prevent sticking. Pour in the batter, filling each about 3/4 full. If you're making individual servings, they'll bake up even faster and everyone gets their own personal puff. Sprinkle the reserved cheese on top and maybe a dash of black pepper or a pinch of smoked paprika for extra flavor. Slide the dish into the oven and let the magic happen. As it bakes, the eggs and baking powder work together, creating steam and lift. The cheese bubbles and browns, forming a crispy golden top that's impossible to resist. The aroma is mouthwatering, savory ham, nutty cheese, and the earthy scent of broccoli, all melding together. In about 20 minutes, your puff is ready. But here's the real trick. The prep took only 5 minutes. The oven does the rest. Take a peek through the door. Your puff should be tall, golden, and just set in the center. If you jiggle the dish gently, the middle should barely wobble, like a perfectly cooked quiche. Let it cool for a minute or two before digging in. The puff will settle slightly, the interior becoming creamy and tender, almost custard-like. Scoop it onto a plate, and the contrast between the crisp, cheesy top and the soft, savory middle is pure comfort. Each bite is bursting with flavor. The salty ham, the sweet broccoli, the gooey cheese, all bound together in a cloud of eggy goodness. This ham and broccoli puff isn't just a meal, it's a solution. It's perfect for breakfast when you want something more substantial than toast, but less involved than a full English. It's a speedy lunch, paired with a simple salad or a cup of soup. Or it's a cozy dinner, perhaps with a chunk of crusty bread and a glass of wine, when you want to unwind without fuss. But why stop there? This recipe is endlessly customizable. Add a spoonful of Dijon mustard to the batter for a hint of sharpness. Toss in a handful of fresh herbs, chives, parsley, or thyme, for brightness. Swap out the cheese for whatever you have on hand. Feta, goat cheese, or even a spicy pepper jack will take it in a new direction. You can make it vegetarian, gluten-free, or dairy-free with a few simple swaps. Leftovers, if you have any, reheat beautifully. Just pop them in the microwave for a minute or rewarm in a low oven. The puff will still be tender, the flavors even more developed. It's a meal that gives back, making your week a little easier and a lot tastier. If you're cooking for kids, the ham and broccoli puff is a sneaky way to get veggies into their diet. The broccoli melts into the cheesy custard, and the ham adds familiar comfort. Let little hands help with whisking the eggs or sprinkling the cheese. They'll be more likely to try something they helped create. For anyone just learning to cook, this recipe is a confidence booster. There's no complicated technique, no intimidating list of steps. Just mix, pour, and bake. The results are impressive, and you'll feel like a kitchen magician when you pull that golden puff from the oven. Even if you're an experienced cook, you'll appreciate the balance of flavors and textures. The puff is elegant enough for brunch with friends, but hearty enough for a solo supper. It's the kind of recipe that becomes a staple, a reliable favorite you'll reach for again and again. Let's talk about presentation. Serve the puff straight from the baking dish, letting everyone scoop their own portion. Or if you're making individual ramekins, I place them on small plates with a garnish of fresh herbs or a sprinkle of extra cheese. The puff looks impressive, tall, golden, and inviting. But it's the taste that will keep everyone coming back for seconds. And while the ham and broccoli puff is a star on its own, it also plays well with others. Round out your meal with a crisp green salad, dressed with a tangy vinaigrette to cut through the richness, or serve it alongside roasted potatoes, grilled asparagus, or a medley of fresh fruit. It's a dish that adapts to the seasons and to your appetite. If you're looking to meal prep, double the recipe and bake in a larger dish. The puff slices beautifully and makes a great grab-and-go breakfast or lunch. You can even freeze individual portions. Just thaw and reheat when you need a quick, satisfying meal. And there you have it, the magic of the ham and broccoli puff, ready in 5 minutes of prep and packed with flavor, comfort, and endless possibilities. It's proof that delicious food doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. With a few simple ingredients and a little know-how, you can create something truly special any night of the week. So the next time you're staring into your fridge, wondering what to make, remember this little bit of culinary magic. Whisk, stir, pour, and bake. And in no time at all, you'll have a dish that's as impressive as it is effortless. The ham and broccoli puff, a 5-minute miracle, a celebration of simple ingredients, and a testament to the joy of home cooking. Give it a try and let a little kitchen magic brighten your day.